Basketball wives. What am I going to do with this show? This show is pretty much getting better and better each week as it progresses. I would say this season seems a bit much better than last season. Last season was a bit off. They threw some new girls in there, and it was basically the new persons versus the old ones. But this season, yes, it's a pile on Jennifer, but this season I must say has been very entertaining. I believe we're on episode 4, and for me is I think Brandi sometimes I don't know if what Brandi does if it's actually authentic or she's basically doing what the producers have her doing, because sometimes when she do some stuff I'm like, which side are you on? Like, whose friend are you? You do some questionable stuff that makes me confused as to what it is that you're doing. Yeah, so they do some stuff that's very she does some stuff that is very questionable, and this is something I am not necessarily sure of when it comes on to Brandy. Now, of course, we saw where she found out that Jennifer is having her wedding, legal wedding, finally in Las Vegas, and she invited Jackie, Brandy, and I believe it was Ming. And it happens to be where this wedding is basically on the same day of Evelyn's birthday, which again, is this a coincidence? Is this all orchestrated by Jennifer? Is this production based? I don't know. But we see basically where they are making these plans. She decides now to have an event, seeing that she'll be in Las Vegas. Let's make it a trip for Evelyn's birthday. Now, in a perfect world, I maybe understand if you're trying to celebrate both persons at the same time, but in basketball wise world, it just seems to me that you're creating the drama. Like, does no way that these two persons are not seen eye to eye. Jennifer is having her wedding the day of Evelyn's birthday. Now you want Evelyn to come to Las Vegas to have her celebration at the house. And it was just to me unnecessary. I did not see why it is that you'd have to go that route. And then you're getting upset at persons because they're questioning your actions, which I myself would question the same thing because it did not seem like you thought this thing through. I think this was heavily produced, maybe on the production side or maybe on Brandy's side. It seemed heavily produced. Now, I honestly don't care about the timing and Brandy of it all. Like, I don't understand exactly what is this supposed to be proving. Like, is it now Brandy's now interested in Ty? She said Ty was cute. I was literally on the same side with what's her name, Brittany, when she was like, "You can't be that upset, Ming, because she just said that Ty is cute. Like, she's a good-looking girl, so why wouldn't she say that?" And for you to be this upset and you guys are not necessarily together or anything like that, it's for me, it was a bit of reach. And we saw where they both are throwing digs at each other for the entire trip, where, of course, it exploded in the end. But I don't understand it. I don't know. It seems to me like it's just going to be this recurring thing for the season where they basically are going back and forth regarding the fight for Ty, and it doesn't even seem like Ty is even that bothered. He seems like he's more liking the attention of it all, but it doesn't seem like he's that concerned about Brandy or if he's that interested in Brandy. Um, no, we saw where Jennifer, she's getting ready for the wedding, and also Christian was basically saying to her that she she basically should maybe second guess the invite to Brandy, because the fact that Brandy is now inviting Evelyn to Las Vegas as well, and then she also extended an invite for Jennifer to come by the house the night before Evelyn's birthday. She is also questioning her motives and how sincere it is that she's coming off regarding that. And I myself would question the same thing as well, because just as I said, it just seems to me that Brandy is just trying to create the drama for no reason. The fact that you're bringing Evelyn in town, the same town where Jennifer's wedding will be, and then at the same time you're turning around and inviting her to the said house that you're putting. It just seems too many red flags, and I could see where Christian is coming from, as if what is her true intention? Is it that she really wants you to come to the house, or is it that she wants a battle between Jennifer and Evelyn? And if that is the case, why as a friend would you want something like that? So I think I could see why he's questioning the reasoning behind why I should want you to be coming to the house for there to be some drama. Then we get to where we saw again another situation with Ming and Brandi regarding seasoning. Apparently, someone, I think Brandi will be cooking, and apparently she forgot her seasoning, and she's also doing her seasoning line. And Ming said something about she's carrying her seasoning and stuff, and of course, Brandi felt like she's taking a dig at her business. And I think also where that stems from is, I think, remember prior episodes where she was on the phone with her husband, and he somewhat sounded like he was taking a dig at her line of seasoning. So I could see why it kind of triggered something in her when Ming also was mentioning something regarding that, as if you're trying to say that her seasoning is not that good. And I see why it is that she was so bothered by the situation. But again, I just think these persons, two of them, have underlying issues. Ming is basically upset that Brandy's speaking about Thai, and I see where Brandi, maybe she is just also bothered by the whole seasoning of it all. And at the same time, she's seeing the digs as well. And she's like picking up to say that, okay, this is because of Thai, why it is that you are so concerned. But of course, they got into it because the girls were in the room talking. We had Jackie's daughter, we had Brittany, I believe, and we also had Ming in the room, and they were all, and I think Denise was there, and they were all discussing the reasoning behind Brandi inviting Jennifer to the house and everything like that. Of course, she did say to Evelyn, not like it was a surprise that she popped up at the house, but she did say to Evelyn where she said that I invited Jennifer to the house. So I was basically also the same sentiments when it comes on to Evelyn. Like, why would you do something like that? And of course, the girls are now questioning her true intentions. And this is why I said Brandi is good, but sometimes her intentions, and especially if someone doesn't really know her and they're just joining the group, they may look on you as being a messy person, because it just felt messy when you invited Jennifer to the house. And of course, we know Jennifer is going to go because she needs the camera time. She needs some drama to fuel herself for the season, because obviously she has Christian's alleged bills to pay. So of course she's going to show up to the house, and we saw that in a preview for next episode where she did exactly show up. Don't know if she actually went into the house, but she did show up. So I could see why persons are questioning Brandi, and of course Brandi starts to go to 100 with it, and it starts turning into this back and forth. And of course we had Jackie's daughter and Brandi getting into it, and I was like, no, we know Jackie is crazy. We don't know what Shanice is like when she's angry, and we don't know if you're now going back and forth with her daughter, if Jackie's now going to jump in, obviously, to defend her own daughter. So that is something, again, where I was like, Brandi, do you sure you want to go down that route? Because it seems like this is going to be probably end in a bad way. And it just went into this brawl, and not necessarily a physical brawl, but this back and forth between the two. It seems like it's not going to be finished, because the fact that Jennifer did show up to the house, and of course we saw there was some dinner thing, and Evelyn also got activated. It just seems to me like this is not going to end well, and I must say I just feel like Brandi put that on herself, because this was something you did not need to do. You already brought Evelyn in town, which is already a messy move, but then to turn around and then invite her to the house that you got for Evelyn for her birthday and celebration, you know that these two are not seen eye to eye. I don't know why you thought that was a great idea. And again, it may just not necessarily be Brandi's idea to bring Jennifer in. It may really be production, because hello, they're filming a show. But I just don't see why you would want to agree or put yourself through that especially dealing with so many ladies in one house with so many egos, so many personalities. Why would you want to put yourself through that to get that basically anger from everyone facing you? And we all see when anger is facing Brandi, then she takes it to 100. But that was pretty much the episode. I can't remember there was that much really going on in the episode. I just know it was all about the events clashing of both persons in one and who invited who. And of course, Ming and Brandi and Ty of it all, which I really don't care for. But let me know, guys, in the comment section what your thoughts were on the episode. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.